I told this story all the time. I took a girl to Aspen, and she's like, yeah, the last time I was here, it was like we stayed at a nicer place. I'm like, we're in Aspen.
Yeah.
Like, you're complaining about where we're staying, and we're staying in a mansion. Okay, I was like, yeah, and then meanwhile, the next girl, she's like, oh my God, if you ever take me to Aspen, to Paris, of the time of my life, there is a deeper sense of appreciation for a girl for her first time. Red and green. All right, hold them up, guys, real quick. And let's just kind of keep it simple. Yes or no, yes you would, no you wouldn't, date someone or marry someone seriously 10 years older than you. Hold them up. Do you guys know how to use things? There we go. Yes, 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 yes.
Whoa, you wanted Patrick Dempsey and you wouldn't do 10 years?
Okay.
Wait, what?
Because it's Patrick Dempsey.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, so Jasmine, we're going to pick on you for a second.
I don't like older men.
But you would take down Patrick Dempsey, who's 57.
You didn't. You said, marry him.
Right. Okay.
Marry
So
the
the
guy.
difference is the marriage. That's the reason
Yeah,
why.
spend the rest of my life with him.
I did not expect that answer. Okay.
So because you're the sort of the anomaly right now, everyone said yes. You're the only one that said no. Yeah. See, this is the beauty of like holding them up, and I can see. How old are you? Are you 30 yet?
Yeah.
You're 30. How old?
I'm over 30.
Okay, you're over 30. So why wouldn't you marry a guy 10 years older than you? So if you're 30,
I would. It just is really like circumstantial. Like I just find if they're also like you said, like set in their ways. I typically date younger.
you date younger guys.
Younger than you or younger than you?
Younger than me.
How much younger than you?
10 years.
I mean, the last one was like 17 years younger.
I want a reality.
17 years younger.
So, I want a reality show on this now. I want a reality show. She would take down Dempsey. She wants men who are younger.
Yeah.
She's going to acting class. I want all of this.
You
I
can
want
just
this on
watch
the show
my Golden
now.
Bachelor.
Clinically diagnose what's happening right now.
No, I can't. Like you're 5 standard deviations outside the norm. Hey, come on our show. We want you to come to Vegas. Come hang out with us.
Why, the last guy you dated was 17 years younger. By the way, show of hands. How many of you girls would date a guy significantly younger than you?
No.
Maya.
Okay, so you're totally different. Why do you prefer younger guys than older guys?
Not for that long.
Because everyone else wants an older guy.
Just for a little while. I don't know. I find them more attractive. I don't know.
Enthusiastic.
Oh, yeah.
Someone's getting a little excited out here.
40 and shit. She just broke someone's penis. You see this?
But 17 years younger, I've never really.
Okay, that
so
might
if you're
be a stretch.
35, he's 18. What just happened
19.
here? 19.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know what's going on yet.
I didn't. He lied about his age.
Trust
first
me,
of all.
he knows.
I
How old
thought
did he say he was?
He said he was 25.
He watches this
how
guy
old?
all the time.
But even
He's
if
fully
he's 10
No
years
idea
younger
what
than
life's
you.
about 18 years
How
old.
about your last serious relationship? What was the age difference?
He was 4 years younger.
So you just got a fetish. That's just the thing. I don't need to figure this thing out. You like younger guys.
Yeah. Cougar.
Guys like younger girls. Usually girls like guys
Yeah.
with more experience, more money,
100%.
higher body count, all that fun stuff.
Do you intend on
question.
ever getting married? Is that in the future for you? Do you intend on ever getting married or having
Have
children?
you been married before?
No, I was engaged twice when I was like 20 to 25.
Okay.
Did you start checking IDs after that guy lied about his age?
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna like.
I'm getting there. Okay. So let's go down the list here. Tony, you said that you would date a guy 10 years older, all right?
It depends on the soul, the connection. That's the only thing it depends on.
The connection and the soul, not the money, not the looks,
No.
not what he's got going on, not
Just
his
the
status, not his
connection.
network, just
Absolutely.
that he reads poetry.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
why
sense
is that?
of humor.
Sense of humor.
I mean, is it ideal? I think I agree with the 2 to 3 year age gap because that's like average for United States. But I think it just depends on the person, depends on the connection. I'm searching for the soul.
How about you, Maya? You said you would date some guy 10 years older. Why is that?
Typically, I just connect better with people who are older than me. I've never got along really with people that are close to my
That's
age.
why Rolo's such a fan.
Kiyosaki,
to
too.
me, 31 is definitely not old.
How old?
31. So 10 years older than me would be 31.
What about 41?
old, I'm 31.
Yes, it is.
What about 41?
Iffy.
So if you met a guy like Michael, or even Sterling.
They like know my girlfriend. Like this.
That's why I said a guy. That's why I said a guy like Michael. Would you be interested in a 46-year-old?
I'm not gonna disclose
Pushing.
that.
Okay, Amy, you said you had no problem doing something like this.
Yeah, no. I think that men and women, like they said, reach their peak in different times. Like women's peak in her prime is, during the 18 to probably like mid-20s mark. That's when she's the most fertile, the most young, the most beautiful. And for men, when they come into their peak is typically, late 20s, 30s, even beyond that. Like you can have a man who just reaches his peak in his 40s who outshines what a woman was able to do in her early 20s. So I think that it makes a lot of sense for maybe not 18, because to be honest, when I was 18, when I was looking at like 30, 40-year-old men, I'm like, they seem a bit old. But when you get into like those early 20s, I think that if you meet the right person, that's going to be the absolute best chance of long-term compatibility. You're both in the same stage of life.
So
Okay.
sugar daddies are in
What
your
about
future.
you, Nika?
Sugar daddies are in your future.
Oh my goodness!
Sugar
Wait.
daddy?
Sugar daddies.
Nika, how about you? What are
I'll
you
do
looking
it
for? You said
for-
you would date a guy 10 years older. How much older would you go?
Of course. How much older would
Yeah.
I go? I dated
You
someone.
said you're 25?
Yeah, I'm 25.
Okay, would
So
you
I
go
dated-
45?
Yeah, I dated someone 45 years
All
old.
right. How'd that go?
It went bad.
Michael!
It went bad.
Why did it go bad? Why did it go bad?
He didn't have the energy. It's kind of like times when I wanted to go out, he wanted to
Yeah, he
lay in
needs
bed.
testosterone.
Amen.
So,
Amen.
hey, you were bringing this up, and
Yeah.
the reason why I think that 38 number, which I think is an accurate number, is going to change is because of peptides and testosterone and things like that, where there's no corollary for women. There's nothing that can do quite the same. I mean, you can attempt it with plastic surgery, but it's not quite the same. Whereas men, like, I can literally get my testosterone levels to exactly what they were when I was 19.
Yeah.
Giving women testosterone obviously has an opposite effect. So I think what'll happen is the energy thing that you're talking about now, like most of my friends who are 46 that I went to high school with have put on massive amounts of weight and they don't want to go out all night. Like I'm going to go on stage with Tiesto in 2 nights. Like that's, there's no doubt whatsoever. I'm not going out tonight because I'm tired. That doesn't happen for me. So,
This guy's on stage with all the DJs every single weekend. That's not a one-off thing.
right.
for you.
But at 46 though, like that's the thing. I don't feel like I've slowed down at all. But I think that,
Yeah.
obviously there's reasons why you could do that. And I don't, what I'm saying is there's no corollary for women.
Okay, what's the age difference between you and your boyfriend? You said you guys live together?
Yeah. Yes, we do. It's 2 years.
2 years.
2
But you
years.
said you would date a guy 10 years older.
I would, but I'm not.
Okay.
I'm dating a guy has a 2-year age gap.
And how old are you?
I'm 31.
Okay.
Yes.
And how long you guys been together?
4 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is new.
It's new, but I see myself marrying him for several reasons. It's the mindset, it's his stability, it's his potential. I love how he's such a businessman, owns multiple businesses, and I love his family values as well. I think that's very, very important. I don't just see a guy with money and status and then be like, oh, he's mine. Like, I need to see how a guy operates with people, like how he respects people. There's a lot of things that go into why I would date a man.
Okay. You were about to say that Patrick Dempsey was too old for you because you're 31 and...
Like that's like 30 years almost. You know what I mean?
Well,
You say he's like
57
almost 57. Wait, is my mic on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's like almost 30 years too, and it's like that's a little bit like because I think that's like around the like not too much longer. I think that's when the equipment will stop working with
Okay.
erectile dysfunction, and that's not really.
So I like you, so don't be offended. Can you really be that picky when like you've done stuff in your past that, a guy would be
Yeah.
like, nah.
I'm a picky.
Okay, well...
And also, I've met guys who are
Yeah.
really young who have ED. That shit can strike when you least expect it for
That's probably
anyone.
because they're fapping too much.
It's
Damn
too
right.
much.
Is that the reason why?
They're jerking off the too much.
Is that what it
Too
is?
much porn.
If they're getting ED at that age, they're jerking off too much.
It's also the desensitizing
Chemically
your
castrated.
wee-wee, you know what I mean?
Okay. So last question for the panel, move on. Ladies, when I say the word, pull up your thing, even though Jasmine broke it. Red or green?
Still works.
Say, yes is green, no is red. You're attracted to silver foxes. Go ahead.
What's the silver fox?
Silver fox, gray-haired guy. They got a little salt and pepper.
Salt and
vibe.
pepper. There you
Salt
go.
and pepper.
Is anyone else
You know?
confused here? What? Yeah, she's done it again. She's now attracted to silver foxes. What in the blue is going on here? I don't understand.
I mean, it goes both
You are
ways.
an
Use my
enigma,
clout.
and I
Yeah.
need to study
Okay.
this. What the
We need to make her a social experiment. Social
So
experiment.
most of you guys are attracted to silver foxes, although the Jasmine is just so completely confused. She don't know what's going on right there.
When people talk about, like, say, an age difference between, like, Mike and Kylie, I think one of the criticisms is with, like, well, what will you talk about? Like, there's a generational, like, gap
SEC
between,
football.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, what,
Michael's gonna find some
How can you have an
Animal rescue.
intellectual conversation with a girl who's like, half your age or something like that?
I don't understand
and
that
it's like,
either.
no, well, that's
Very
the thing
easily. Easily.
what he reminded me of this is like he's 50 or he's 46. You're 36 and 55, so soon to be 56. There's like we work together. We've known each other for God knows how long.
Yeah.
I don't like when I'm working with him.
There's a
I don't
20-year age difference.
I don't
You're not
see-
like, what am I going to talk
exactly
to Sterling about?
or Mike for that matter. It's like I just know that I like Mike. We hang out, we do stuff together, and we build brands together, and we do what we do. I don't think of things in terms, and maybe this is just something that's new now because of like maybe social media and being in the internet
Great
age.
point.
But I don't think in terms of like, oh, I can't relate to that person because she's 21 years old or
I don't at all.
46 or something like that. And I think that's kind of like it used to be something where like if a woman saw a guy who was much older and the woman was much younger, that was the first place her mind would go was like, what are they going to talk about? There's a
Great point,
generational
Rolo.
difference. It's like that has faded away.
Michael,
in
what
this
the
age.
hell do you and Kylie talk about?
Yeah,
bro?
she's a Razorback and I'm a Longhorn.
Astrophysics.
Like we talk about SEC football, and we talk to each other.
Yeah.
She knows everything she wants to know about the Air Force.
We're both big in animal rescue also, and I mean, there's just a bunch of stuff. Like the thing is, I've been involved more or less in the modeling industry, with modeling agencies for the last 10 years, and she's a model. So again, our relationship is not the one you would normally see, where I have actually more in common with the stuff she wants to talk about than most guys who are 46 years old.
And knows more about KC 135s than any other woman on planet
Well,
Earth.
you know what? I'll tell you this. We watched Reservoir Dogs the other day, right? So this is a
Great movie,
but
Mr.
it's
Pink.
but hold on, but it's a great movie that most of you probably haven't seen, right? You guys have never seen
Correct.
Reservoir Dogs. You have? She has seen it.
Yes,
Well, the point is,
also.
she watched it, and at the end of the movie, when Harvey Keitel ends up killing Tim Roth, at the very end, she looks at me and she goes, "That was awesome." And me being the first person to let her see Reservoir Dogs and then go through the entire Quentin Tarantino collection, that's great for me. I enjoy that. I'm going to be the first man to take her to Paris. I'm going to be the first man to take her to London. So that's what I'm excited about doing. So I completely disagree with this concept of we have nothing to talk about because of the age difference.
Can we?
Respect. Hold on, guys. We're going to move on to the next topic here. So
I was going to Adam, I was going to
Thank you.
elaborate on that really quickly. Like, whenever I've been on dates with women who are much, much younger than me, so like 18, 19, 20, whatever, one of the first things they'll say to me is, I like hanging out with you because you can actually talk about things. You're worldly. You have things to talk about and teach me about, like Michael just said. And they'll say, guys my age can't hold a conversation.
That's correct.
It's the first thing they'll
They
say.
haven't done anything.
Maya, you're
Yeah,
into
no,
real
no.
estate, right?
Read about real estate
Yeah,
investing.
you already read about real estate investing. Again,
I've
that
been
is
in a
not an
house
age thing.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason we selected you for the Kiyosaki show because you had already read.
I'm reading another one of his books right
You're
now.
receptive.
Yeah,
I
she
read
read his
quite
books.
a bit of his books.
So Kylie and I read books together also. That's all we always
But
recommend a book.
and now this will be the last point. There is, for a guy, like a sense of pride, whatever word you want to put in, when you're teaching a girl, like when Aladdin showed her the world, it's like, I told this story all the time. I took a girl to Aspen, and she's like, yeah, the last time I was here, it was like we stayed at a nicer place. I'm like, we're in Aspen.
Yeah.
Like, you're complaining about where we're staying, and we're staying in a mansion. Okay, I was like, yeah, and then meanwhile, the next girl, she's like, oh my God, if you ever take me to Aspen, to Paris, of the time of my life, there is a deeper sense of appreciation for a girl for her first time you've ever done it. We had a girl 3 months ago that came on a show. She's like, yeah, I'm working on my 3rd passport. And I like this girl. I'm like, no dude's gonna be impressed that you've been all over the world so much that you're working on your 3rd passport. No bueno. Anyway. Moving on.
By the way, that's the best definition
yeah.
of frame that you can give.
I
It's
just
like
needed
a
women
world
to
into
fuck
which
her.
that woman
Suck.
wants to enter into.
Okay. I love that.
Manipulating.